So the fifth one, right? It's people have argued if we just use the same APIs as the people who have data centers say there's nothing magic there. If I ran the same software, if I bought the same hardware, it'd be just as cheap. But the argument is the economies of scale, and which is a hard time for them to accept, that having a much bigger system, purchasing and operations is this much cheaper, and that's why they can sell it. But people who build data centers find this very threatening to do this. All right. The fallacies and pitfalls is something that I've done in all the books I've been involved in. Just here's this other way to explain things. It might seem right, but it actually is a little. The fallacies are basically commonly held beliefs that you hear if you on this topic, and pitfalls are things that happen to you even when you know it's a danger, right? Wow. Look out for this, and it's going to happen to you anyway. So the only thing we can tell you is we warned you, right? So this is one of the famous lines is if a software project is falling behind schedule, catch up by adding people. So that's a fallacy. This was, ironically, on a big project, adding people actually makes it worse. So how could that be? One, when new people come on the project, first of all, it takes a while for them to learn the project. And two, communication kind of grows with the square of the number of people, right? You have to have more meetings. The more people there are, the bigger the meetings are, the longer they have to take, the more meetings you have to schedule. So you have less time to get work done. And this is, one of my, as I said, one of my heroes, Fred Brooks Jr., the Turing Award winner, in one of the most famous books in computer science is The Mythical Man Month. There was an ACM ceremony recently where we celebrated the Turing Award of the 100th birthday of Turing. And Fred Brooks was on my panel, and I asked how many people had read The Mythical Man Month. And everybody in the audience had read The Mythical Man Month. Well, what he said in The Mythical Man Month, which is here's the experience of doing a large software project at IBM, is adding manpower to a late project. Software project makes it later. Hardware projects, you can apparently add people, and it makes it go faster, but not software projects. Another pitfall, the Agile life cycle is best for software development. So we get accused by, we think this is very effective for the classroom, and you can learn important principles by trying it, but we get accused of saying Agile is the only way to develop software. It's not. It's good for some software, especially software as a service. Only one copy, it changes rapidly, so that goes with the iteration cycle. But we wouldn't want the software that's running the Curiosity on the Mars lander, we wouldn't want that to be done probably using Agile development. Like I said, but this is a way to learn that thing. And what's going to happen for you is there'll be other things in your life. This is not the last life cycle you're going to hear. As new opportunities come along, there'll be some new ones down the road, but probably a lot of the ideas that you'll learn in this class will still keep going in some other contexts, but there'll surely be other good ideas. So if somebody says, Fox and Patterson said, the only thing to do is Agile, it's nope, that's not what they said. You can defend us. Ignoring the cost of software design. Basically, people kind of forget. Software, one of the great things about software as a media is the manufacturing cost is basically zero. So people think, well, since if manufacturing cost is zero, remanufacturing is zero, so why don't we make changes? And what that leaves off is the cost of design and test. That takes time and energy to both test it. And I can't help but think this idea, since any kind of media thing, manufacturing cost is zero, that's kind of the same rationale for people who pirate data. It's free to replicate, so why should I pay for it? And I think, when people think that, who's going to pay for development? Who should pay for that? Like, if you're an artist, you do a painting, it goes online, everybody copies it. Well, how does that artist make a living, right? So that's, I think, one of the issues there. Kind of wrapping up this section, this is what Armando and I recall the virtuous triangle here, right? So we've got these three jewels on which this course and this technology is dependent on. It's software as a service with cloud computing, agile development, and highly predictive frameworks and tools. So here are these three kind of pillars that we're using in this course, and these interact together. So how does SaaS and agile development? Well, if you're doing software as a service, agile means the customer gets to quickly see what you've done and to test it. So these two things to go together. How about highly productive frameworks and agile? It It makes it much easier to practice the Agile development. One of the nice things, as I said, about this course is that instead of us just preaching at you things you're supposed to do, like test-driven development, write your test before you write the code, there's tools that do that for you. The tools that make it easy. The RSpec tool makes it really easy to write the test before you write the code, and once you've tried it, you'll like it. But when it's just something they tell you to do and you never try it, you can't know that. So the tools help Agile development. And this last piece of the virtuous triangle about design patterns help. So the design patterns in the service and the tools like Rails, which is based on the model view controller patterns. So there's this virtuous triangle, all the jewels, they have these supporting pieces in leading to the long-lasting software. And that's one of the reasons we got excited about the book. So that's kind of the first chapter, big ideas, setting the stage.